It's very easy to stay in a positive vibration while watching a YouTube video about the power of vibration. But then the next day comes and real-life problems show up. So how do you keep a positive vibration in the middle of chaos? This is one of the most common questions people here ask me. How do you stay positive after the end of a relationship? How do you stay positive when a loved one leaves this plane? How do you keep your vibration high when your money doesn't last until the middle of the month and the debts won't stop piling up? All of these questions will be answered today, without any romanticized view of reality. If you know me, you know I'm not into that. We're going to approach this with realism, but of course, always with positivity. You didn't arrive at this video by accident. You're here at the right moment and at the right time to hear this message. Maybe you've already explored the world of self-knowledge and the law of attraction, but sometimes what's missing is a small piece of understanding, a single fragment you hear here that finally clicks. I know this well. Listen, no matter what has been happening in your life, the first thing you need to understand is that two worlds coexist at the same time. The external world and your internal world are completely different things. One thing is something happening in the external world. Another thing is the permission you give for that event to alter your internal world. But someone stole my phone, hacked my bank account, and took all my money. How am I supposed to stay positive? How am I supposed to be okay with that? All of that happened where? In your external world. Letting that event invade and affect your internal world, although it's the most obvious and common reaction, is often not the smartest one. Think about the situation of having your phone stolen and your bank account emptied. What can you do in the external world to solve it? You can call the police, file a report, check if there were security cameras around that might identify the person, talk to the bank, try to solve the financial mess. You have several actions you can take, but does that guarantee the problem will be solved? No. You might not be able to fix it, and then you will simply have to deal with the problem. That's extremely common. So if you can't solve it, what can you do? Absolutely nothing, except work and recover the money. There's no other option. But I can't even buy food right now. Then you'll need to ask for help. Simple. There's a popular saying that fits perfectly here. What has no remedy is already remedied. What does that mean? It means that when something cannot be fixed or changed, the only solution is to accept it and deal with it in the best way possible. The best attitude is resignation and adaptation. If nothing can be done, we adapt and move forward. If something can be done, we try until it's resolved, but with lightness, always with lightness. Lightness is the key virtue we need when facing difficult situations. It means taking life less seriously and allowing yourself to laugh at yourself and at what happens. External events will never stop happening. What we need to do is develop a way to prevent external chaos from entering and disturbing our internal world. This is called neutrality. And what's the best tool to develop neutrality? That's what we're going to explore now. Whether this is the first time you're here or you've binge-watched all my videos, a foundational concept in my work is Sika. Sika is made of 4 pillars that form your personal vibration. C is beliefs, E is emotions, C is communication, and A is actions. These 4 pillars together shape your vibrational field, and your vibrational field attracts or repels everything in your life, like a magnet. If your field vibrates at a high frequency, you attract great opportunities and experiences. If it vibrates low, pain, suffering, you attract more of the same. You can argue, deny, look for exceptions, but watch this video again. Take notes, reflect maturely, and you'll eventually face the truth. And the sooner we learn how to navigate life, the better it becomes. Now notice, all 4 Sika pillars are part of your internal world, meaning you can work on them. You're not dependent on anyone else. Your beliefs are your mindset. Your emotions are your deepest feelings toward life and toward yourself. Your communication is the connection you create, internally with yourself, externally with others, and spiritually with the divine. And your actions are the practical expression of the first 3 pillars. So how do you use these internal tools to block the external world from disrupting your vibe? Simple. You use the communication pillar to regulate the emotion pillar. Let me explain. Your communication affects 3 areas: internal communication, the voice inside you, your thoughts, self-talk, intuition, boundaries; external communication, what you say to others, your body language, your presence; communication with life, prayer, meditation, contemplation, asking for spiritual guidance, talking to the divine. What you must do first is install a filter between external events and your internal world. No matter what is happening, say, "This is just an event. It's simply information coming from the external world. My internal world is strong, and I will not allow this to invade or affect my emotional tsunami." This phrase works like a barrier. You observe, but you do not absorb. The second step is strengthening your internal communication. Ask yourself, do you actually communicate with yourself consciously? Do you listen to your body, mind, intuition? Do you have clear boundaries? Most people don't. They live like missiles flying at high speed with no direction, 1 second away from collision. So you need to develop this inner communication. Speak to yourself with harmony, kindness, and intention. This is essential to mastering the E of emotions. You must learn emotional intelligence, not letting emotions control you, but guiding them with gentleness. Look at the tarot card, Strength. A woman tames a lion, not with force, but with grace. The lion symbolizes our primal emotions. They must be tamed with time, not through suffering. It's very easy to say, "But my problems are too big." Really? You're going to let an external event have that much power over you for your entire life? You're much bigger than that. Take life less seriously. Life is a breath. Don't waste it fighting battles that don't even exist. Struggle is a hologram meant to keep you numb. Life begins when you stop letting the external world dictate your internal state, and only you can master this. Once you do, you become lighter, more joyful, more magnetic. Problems will never stop appearing. They actually get bigger the more you grow, but your capacity to remain centered also grows. When you understand that everything is vibration, you realize every problem has a solution. If not externally, then internally. It's easy to blame others, the man who hit your car, the politician, someone else. Difficult is taking responsibility for your inner world. When you understand everything is vibrational, you see we live in a multidimensional universe where countless versions of reality coexist. How can people living in the same world experience such different internal states? Some people have everything and remain unsatisfied. Others have almost nothing and are deeply happy. Prosperity is only one piece of the equation and not the most important. The internal environment is what matters. Because what's the point of having money and being unhappy, depressed, or alone? The only path to a fulfilling life is building a rich internal environment, love, lightness, abundance, and health.
And that is a choice you make every day. Now imagine this. There is a spiral of energy coming out of your chest, a powerful, energetic field. Picture it. Now ask yourself, what are your biggest desires in every area of life? Name them and place each one inside that spiral. Your desires are already there. They're already formed, already available. Where is this spiral? Right here, just centimeters away from you. When you are light, free, and relaxed, your vibrational field expands and touches your spiral of manifestation. That's when inspiration comes, internally, and opportunities appear externally. But when you worry, complain, and contract your energy, your field shrinks and disconnects from the spiral.
Your contracted field also manifests reality through fear, scarcity, and limiting thoughts. You create an anti-spiral of everything you do not want, but constantly think about. So what's the shift you must make? Expand your personal field to touch your spiral of manifestation. And how do you do that? By working on your beliefs, emotions, communication, and actions. In other words, your vibration.